Good morning, guys. Eugene here from Junior Trader. Thank you for joining me for yet another weekly Forex forecast for the week ending Friday, the 6th, November 2020. Right, guys. This weekly Forex forecast, I'm just gonna go through the pivot points as well as the important levels to watch for the week. Some of the pivot points have already triggered yesterday, which was a Monday in the premium channel, and are already in profit. So you'll just have to look for the next opportunity. The first one would be your USD CAD. So as you can see, you have drawn some Fibonacci retracement lines, obviously to get to the levels that I need or the levels that are important for the week. So I have already drawn them with the red and the green lines. So this week's pivot points would be 134.50. So what that means is that we want to see this price rotate lower to 134.50 zone, and that's where we're gonna start buying in all the way to 134 zone. So for now, sorry, because the pair is in the middle of nowhere and it's actually, obviously going down because of the Australian dollar USD going up and the pound USD going up. I feel like there is some sort of correlation there, especially also with the gold. And we know, like, in the history, we would see that the USD Japanese yen is mostly inversely correlated with the gold. But right now it seems like, a lot of things have changed, but we'll get into that when we have more time. So for now, we just let the USD CAD do its thing. But if it happens that it goes back to 134 zone, that's going to be a perfect sell zone, or 134.400, perfect sell zone. 131.200 zone. It's also a nice level to look for buys if we get any sort of rejection, especially on a daily time frame. But however, I would rather wait for the 134.50 zone so I can buy, and hold all the way to 134. The next one is the USD Swiss franc. As we can see here on the monthly time frame, we've got a hangman. So a hangman mostly means that there's going to be immediate sell down, or if the price break higher, then there's going to be a strong buy all the way to the upside. So as we can see here, the price has been rejected here where the hanging man ends. So that means that the USD Swiss franc would start selling all the way to our buy zone, which is this week's pivot point at 0.9372. So here you can actually look to sell anytime from now, which is around 0.92127 zone, or below 0.91650 zone. Then your stop loss would probably be there by 0.922266, and your take profit obviously at this week's pivot point. So this one should be an easy one if the hanging man hold. The EURUSD, as I've mentioned previously, that 116.050 is our pivot point or our strong buy zone. However, the price has been rejected just above it, and that means that we might see the price start, going higher all the way to this week's pivot point, which is 1.18383. So for now, because we did not get price to touch our pivot point for the previous weeks, we'll just let it go and try and get a low risk sell here at the 118 zone, 18383 to be precise. And we're going to be selling all the way to 116 again, and even 155 or even 115. So that's going to be like a very strong, buy zone, 115 or 155. So from 116.050 to 1.15, that's going to be, where we can look for long-term buys, all the way to 120, 122, 124, as well as 125. So that would take a few months, obviously, to materialize. But, that's the direction we're looking for, a higher Euro USD. Next one is gold. The gold has not been touching our, pivot points for some time. So it's just, ranging all the time. However, we're just going to be patient and wait for it to actually come down to 1.848 US dollars, so that we can actually enter and buy with lower risk. Obviously, in the previous pivot points, we did kill it. A few weeks ago when it did touch our pivot point, we did kill it and made some profit. But here we still have to have a bit of patience. And the next one is the pound USD. This one we already in the premium channel. It did touch our pivot point and we bought in here hard. So we already hit our first target, and we thinking it might, break above the 130 and also look to, target 134 zone. So that will be a few hundred pips on our side. Obviously the premium channel. So it will be about 530 pivot, positive pips. But it's also going to take some time to materialize, unless if as soon as it breaks above the 130, then it's gonna have, strong move to the upside. Then that would be lovely, because then we can reach our target earlier. The USD Japanese yen, which is the last pair on the list today. Also similar to gold, like I said, these ones are inversely correlated. So similar to gold, we have not been touching our pivot points. What we did here was buy in at 1402, which used to be a pivot point for some time. So we got in here, bought in, but we don't know if we are going to see the USDJPY get to this week's pivot point at 106.10. Then we can sell all the way to 101, because if you check on the higher time frame, like these lower lows are suggesting, they're suggesting a move lower, below the 104.200. So that means that what we're looking at here is probably a quick move all the way to the pivot point. And if that happens, then we can get in with low risk, then sell all the way down. That's also a few hundred pips. But if that does not happen, then you can look to buy below 104.200. So how are you going to approach that? You're going to wait for the price to break below, retest, then sell. Otherwise, you just let it go if that does not happen for now. That's it for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and watch my weekly Forex videos for your knowledge and to get more insight on the weekly Forex market. This is Eugene signing out. Thank you so much. Goodbye.